Alright, what's up YouTube? Figured it was time for an update. Let's see now, since the last video I've done a lot of scaping, a lot of planting. I got all that nice driftwood in some of these tanks. Here's the 20 long. Running pressurized CO2. I think I'm happy with the scape. Substrate's looking like it has a little algae on it. Looks worse on camera than it does in real life, but everything's growing well. I'm liking the way this one is coming along. Just gotta wait for everything to finish cycling, maybe get some fish in here soon. Not 100% sure. Maybe an Episto, a pair of Epistos, a pair of German blue rams, a pair of electric blue Acaras maybe, one big school of cardinals. I don't know, keep going back and forth. But I think things are looking good in here. The moss on that branch is not looking as great as I had intended. But we're growing. Very jungly. Let's see, in the 55 over here, very hard to get a good shot of this because of how cramped I am in the basement. Planted a lot of val in here. A lot of jungle val, Italian val. Most of that is promptly melting. But I'm happy with the driftwood and the overall scape. A couple of big crypts back there are pretty much melting since I planted them, but they should come back. But I am pleased with how the scape came out. A couple of pieces of wood. Red tiger lotus looks like it's doing well. Let's keep moving along. This is kind of that temporary holding tank. A couple of rainbow fish, some rummy-nosed Tetra. Let's see, the new addition is that Celebs rainbow? Celebus rainbow? I don't know how to say it. Boys are a lot of glare. Discus and the German blue rams are looking good. These guys are in the bare bottom, somewhat grow out tank right now. And a little more scaping over here. I got a temporary hang on back filter because every time I touch this tank I kick up a lot of debris. Let's see if we can get rid of some of that glare. I got one black skirt Tetra in here right now because this tank finished cycling. I think I'm pretty happy with the general scape, but that one needs some more plants still. There's the black skirt, all lonely by himself. I know he'd like to be in a group, but for now, it is what it is. He's my my OG Tetra. I've had him in almost every tank I own at some point. One of the first fish I had when I got back into the hobby. This one is, I don't know, always in a state of flux. I just kind of threw a bunch of plants in here that I didn't have room for anywhere else. I don't really love the scape, but it's not so bad. Same thing down here. Just kind of floating some stuff, threw some moss and stuff in there. This one too. Oddly enough, this one has no CO2 and doesn't have great light, and the val in here is doing okay, so is all the moss. This is going to be a shrimp setup. There's some rickia floating, some moss down on the bottom. Pelia maybe? I forget the names of all these things. And this is a tank with a bunch of fake plants and decorations with some German blue rams in here. Everybody's hungry. Some German blue rams, a red-tailed black shark, a couple of harlequin rasboras. I love these rams though. And the empty grow out tanks. Oddly enough, out of these, well, 5 if you ignore the German blue ram tank, set these 5 up at the same time, and that top right one for some reason cycled faster than all the rest. Really have no idea why. I'll check back in soon.